Hello my friends, it's Danny, and today I have another clean and delicious cookie recipe. I'm sharing my double chocolate chip cookies. Now this is a gluten-free cookie recipe that uses just 7 ingredients and could not be any easier to make. It's pretty much just dump and stir like all of my baking recipes, and it would be perfect for the holidays or if you just wanted a little sweet treat throughout the year.
Oh my god. What is this?
So the first thing I do is preheat my oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and then I prepare a rimmed baking sheet by lining it with some parchment paper. You could also use a silpat mat or just spray it down with some cooking spray. We just want to make sure that our cookies don't stick to the pan. Now everything else is going to happen in one large bowl, starting with a half a cup of cacao powder. Now, technically speaking, cacao powder and cocoa powder can be interchanged in any baking recipe. Either of the ingredients would work, but the cacao powder is slightly less processed than the cocoa powder, so it has more nutrient density. Basically, the cacao powder is cold pressed, where the cocoa powder is roasted at high temperatures before it's processed. So very similar to olive oil, right? And the less processing that happens, the better it's going to be for you. So the nutrient density is a little bit higher and the quality is a little bit higher. But do know that either ingredient would work. So if you have cocoa powder in your cabinet, use that. It's still going to be delicious. Then I have 3/4 of a cup of coconut sugar and 1 teaspoon of baking soda. I'm going to gently whisk that all together. You could use a whisk or a fork. We just want to get any of the lumps, bumps, or clumps out from these and make sure they're all mixed well together. Now, if you're not familiar with coconut sugar, it is derived from the coconut palm, but it does not have any type of coconut flavor at all. And when you're doing a baking recipe like we are today, you can sub it 1 for white refined sugar. Now, calorie for calorie, it's exactly the same as white sugar, but it does have more trace minerals and elements that you're going to get from the white sugar. So again, it's just a higher quality option. But really, any granulated sugar is going to work in this recipe. So I've got all my dry ingredients worked together here. So now we're ready to add the wet ingredients, starting with 1 cup of raw, creamy almond butter. Now you're gonna notice that my almond butter is very smooth and runny, and it's loose, it's not dried up. And this is super important because different brands have different consistencies. And if your almond butter is not loose and smooth like this, if it's dried up, then your cookies are not gonna be their best self. So this is the almond butter from Trader Joe's, and it's definitely my favorite one to use for this particular recipe, or anytime I'm baking with almond butter for that matter. So note to self. Then I have 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract and 2 beaten eggs. I'm gonna mix the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients, and you're just gonna keep going until you have a thick, almost brownie-like batter. Just like this. And then for the double chocolate part of the recipe, we're gonna add in some chocolate chips as well. And then again, just mix that until they're distributed fairly evenly throughout your batter. Then from here, I just scoop about a tablespoon of the batter and roll it into a ball. And then I just flatten it out a bit and get it onto the cookie sheet. Now these cookies do spread a bit when they cook, so I like to put 12 on the pan, leaving a good amount of space between each cookie. This recipe makes about 20 cookies, so you're either gonna need 2 trays or you can work in batches. Once you've got them all ready to roll, pop it into your 350-degree oven, let them cook for 10 minutes. You're gonna know that they're cooked through because number 1, your kitchen is gonna smell delicious and they're gonna have spread out a bit and they will be set through. So let them cool completely before you are tempted to take them off the cookie tray. And then once you do, you can take them off and serve, or you can store them in an airtight container and leave them right on the counter or in the refrigerator. Cheers.
Oh my god. It's really chocolatey. It has the texture of a cookie. It tastes like a brownie. It's really good.
It's like a cross between a brownie and a cookie. It's like really light and dense and chewy all at the same time. Such a good cookie. I am super excited for you to give this recipe a try. And when you do me a favor, snap a picture, tag me on Instagram and Facebook so I can see all the clean and deliciousness you're whipping up in your very own kitchens. And if you have not already, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and share this video with anybody else you know who wants to make healthy eating easy. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Danny Spies, and I will see you back here next time with some more clean and deliciousness. Cheers. No, 2.
Bye.
Bye. To die for. That really is a damn good cookie.